And welcome to the first lesson of the week. I hope you had a lovely weekend. We had some glorious weather. I know it's turned a bit grey now and a bit colder, but hopefully you were able to go for a walk, spend some time in the garden and enjoy some of the sunshine. And I hope you feel relaxed and ready to do some amazing work. So let's see what we have in store for today. So just bear with me a second. Let's minimize myself. There I am. Okay, right, so today's date is the 11th of May 2020. It's Monday, and our LI is to identify the values of Roman numerals. Now, we are continuing on with our work on time, and the reason we're looking at Roman numerals is because often they appear on a clock. So I need you to be able to understand and be able to decode Roman numerals, so it will help you to be able to tell the time in case we're faced with a clock with Roman numerals on the face. Right, so for today, you'll need a pencil, paper, and a ruler. And a ruler is super important because you need to use a ruler to draw the hands of the clock, just so that it's absolutely accurate. Thank you so much for sending your work in on time last week. It was very, very good. I was so pleased to see how many of you had completed the challenge. Dima completed the challenge last week. She did some excellent work. So please keep that up. So let's move on to our next page. Let's move myself out of the way. Right, so as you always know, we always start off with a number talk just to get ourselves warmed up in our brains, ready to tackle the topic. So on this clock here, what is the time on this clock? It is in the evening, so I want you to write it out in a 24-hour format. So I'm telling you that this time is in the evening. I want you to write out what the time is. So pause the video and write out the answer, please. And so the answer is, as you can see, the time is 7:30. In a 24-hour format, it'd be 19:30. For those of you who got that right, good job, well done. Let's move on. Good start to the week. So here is our key vocabulary. So we have Roman numeral, value, Hindu Arabic, and letters. Okay, so those are the words that you'll see me mentioning quite a lot, and the vocabulary I'll be using throughout this lesson. So today we'll be learning about Roman numerals. Now just have a think about, what do you already know about Roman numerals? And just if you want to just jot them down on your piece of paper, that's absolutely fine. Do that if that helps. If you're happy just to talk about it or say it aloud, just think about it, that is also fine. But pause the video and have a go at that. Good. Right, so the ancient Romans used a different method of showing number. They used letters from the Latin alphabet to represent numbers. They only used 7 letters for numbers. Any number you can think of can be made up using those 7 numbers. Roman numerals are common in modern life. You might use them more than you think. They are used in coins, in art, and other artifacts. And now today, Roman numerals are still used. And I was saying to you earlier at the beginning of the lesson, that often you'll see a clock with Roman numerals in it. So you won't have numbers 1 to 12. It will have the numbers in Roman numerals. So you can see some of the signs for the numbers. So Roman numerals are based on the following symbols. So this I means 1, the V means 5, the X means 10, the L means 50, the C is 100, the D is 500, and the M is 1000. So move myself out of the way again. Over here, I think. So these 7 letters that we've just been through, are used in different combinations. And as you can see here, they've been using different combinations to make the numbers. So the number 2 is 2 lines. Okay. Number 3 is 3 lines. The number 4 is an I and a V, and I'll have to explain to you why that makes 4. We're going to move on to that. So let's have a look at all these different combinations and how the letters have been used to make these numbers. And it'd be quite useful for you to come back to this if you get stuck in the lesson. Just pause the video, come back to this if you need a bit of help. Right, so we now use what are called Arabic numbers, which are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, which was originated in the Hindu culture. So this system is often referred to as the Hindu Arabic number system. In our system, we have 10 digits, and we can use them to make the number as big as we want to. Unlike our current system, the Roman numerals does not have a 0. So if I take you back, as you can see here, the letters here, there is no letter that represents the number 0, whereas in our current system, the Hindu Arabic system, we do have a 0, which helps us when we formulate our numbers, that place value and having the 0 there and what it means. So let's explore how the different combinations are made using the Roman numerals. The Romans had 3 rules for combining numbers, okay? So these are the 3 rules you need to remember when you're going through the lesson and also when you are doing your task at the end, the maths task. So this number, okay, is equal to 4. Now the I, as we know, is 1 and the V is a 5. So where you get a smaller number before a bigger number, you take it away. So this number would be 1 and this number would be 5. And when this happens, you have to do this. 5 take away 1 equals 4. So the value of this number is equal to 4. And a similar thing here. So this I, we know, has a value of 1. This X has the value of 10. Okay, and because a smaller number is before a bigger number, you could take it away from the bigger number to get the number. So it's 10, take away 1, and as we know, the value is 9, okay? And that's quite a tricky concept to get your head around. Once you start practicing, you'll get more and more used to it, I promise. So here we go. You have the X, which is 10, and you have the I, which is 1. So here, there's not a smaller number before a bigger number. Actually, their numbers are in descending order from largest to smallest. So here, we just add the numbers together. So 10 plus 1 equals 11. The value of these 2 letters together is 11. And the value of these 2 numbers together is 6 because the V is equal to 5. The I is equal to 1. They are also in descending order, so you can simply add them. 5 plus 1 equals 6. There you go. So moving on. So when a letter or symbol appears after a larger letter or symbol, it is added. So like we just discussed now, when you have a V and an I, they're in descending order, simply add them. 5 plus 1, as we know, equals 6. Brilliant. But if the letter or symbol before a larger letter is subtracted, so here you can see the I is for the V, so it's 5 take away 1, which equals 4. So thinking about these rules, what is the Hindu Arabic for these Roman numerals? So here I have some combinations for you. And what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video, think about those 2 rules that I just went through with you, and I want you to write down the values for these 4 numbers. Use this grid here to help you just with the values. Okay, so pause the video and off you go. Right, so V is 5. Got 5 plus I and I, which is 1 plus 1 plus 1, which equals 7. So this number here, the value of this number here is 7. Here, you have X, which is 10. So you have 10 plus, and you have 3 I, so 3 1s. So let's say plus 1, plus 1, plus 1 equals 13. Now you might think you don't need to add 3 ones. You might think, I know that's 3, and you might just do 10 plus 3, which is also fine. Here you have x and x, which means 10 plus 10. So you've got 10 plus 10, which equals 20. Okay, and then you have x and L. So x is 10 and L is 50. So let's have a look at this. X is 10 and L is 50. Now, the difference between this number and these two numbers is quite simply, these numbers were all in the correct order, in descending order, but this isn't an ascending order. So 10 is less than the 50. So what you have to do here is, it's 50. Oh, that didn't work, sorry. It's 50 take away 10, which equals 40. So the value of this is actually 40. If you got that right, well done. If not, don't worry. We're going to practice lots now, so we'll get there in the end. Let's move on. So for this exercise here, I have some Roman numerals here, and I have our Arabic Hindu numbers here, our normal number system. And what I want you to do is pause the video and match the correct Roman numerals to the normal numbers. So pause the video and have a go at that. Good. Right, so X, these is equal to 3. My lines are going to be a bit wonky, but okay, so the 3, which is like this. The V and the 3 I's is equal to 8. So as long as the computer keeps up, it's equal to this. The XX is equal to 20, which is there. The I, a single I, is equal to 1. Okay. The I for the V is equal to 4. And the I for the X is equal to 9. So if you got those right, well done. Excellent. Good job. Let's move on. So Daddy Dog is back, and Daddy Dog says that X, the same as 21. Do you agree with Danny? Give reasons for your answer. And then when you give your answer, as so many of you have been writing in full sentences, I disagree with Danny because, or I agree with Danny because. So what I would do if I was you is I would look at these 3 symbols here and work out what the value of this number is, and then tell me whether Danny is right or wrong. So pause the video and have a go now. Off you go. Right, so hopefully we have thought this says X is 10, the I is 1, and the other X is 10. So what happens when this situation occurs? So first of all, the 10 is fine. This 1 appears before this 10. So you have to take this 1 away from the 10, which makes this, so 10 take away 1 is essentially 9. 10 plus 9 is 19. So the value of this is actually 19, not 21. 21 would look like this in Roman numerals. Sorry. So it'd be 10, 10, and 1. So hopefully you got that right. It's a bit tricky because you have the 10, the 1, the 10. You probably weren't sure maybe what to do with that. When we have a smaller number right before a bigger number, you take that small number away from the big number that it's directly in front of. Good. So those of you got that right. So let's move on. Here we go. Okay, so now time has come to complete your tasks. Don't forget to take a picture and send it to us so we can have a look at it. I love looking at your work, and I always say it every single day because I mean it. Don't forget the email address, which is year3@grange.harrow.sch.uk. and I'll be looking out for your work via email. I'm going to show you what the task looks like, just so that you know where to find it. If you go onto the Granger website, you click onto online learning, you click onto year 3, and you will see week 4 come up, and there'll be a task saying math task 11.05.2020, and that is a task you need to complete. When you click into that task, you will come up with like this. So your first task is write the following Roman numerals in ascending order, so from smallest to biggest. And B is write the Hindu Arabic numbers they represent. So you have the Roman numerals here. Underneath here, I want you to write down what the value of the number is. Okay, we're looking at the chart you have on the smartboard, and then put them in ascending order. And you put them in ascending order down here. Second part of that task is to write the Roman numerals again, just underneath each box, and then put it in descending order, which is from biggest to smallest. Task 2 is simply to write the value of each Roman numeral in the correct order. So 1 is a line, 2 is 2 lines. You can write down here 3, what the Roman numeral is, 4, what the Roman numeral is, 5. This is good practice for you to remember and revise what the numbers look like. And interestingly, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, up to 12. Now think about the topic we're looking at, time, and you probably work out why it is that I'm asking you to write the numbers up to number 12, so you identify them. Just move my face out of the way. Just look carefully at the Roman numbers in the task above. Do you spot a pattern? Identify the 3 rules by writing them in the book. So write the rules in your book. So I equals 1, 2 equals 1 plus 1, 3 equals 1 plus 1 plus 1, which equals 3. So this is just there to help you identify the rules. And finally, task 4 is to use our less than, greater than, and equal symbols to really get in depth without understanding a Roman numeral. So if you look at the 2 values here, you need to write down whether, using these symbols, write down whether they're greater than, less than, or equal to the number that's on the other side of that box. I hope that's clear. I'm going to go back to my smartboard, which is here. And for those of you who have been amazing with the challenges and been completing them, I've got this for you if you still want to do a bit more work on Roman numerals. So true or false? XX, take away IX equals X. So that's a challenge. I'm not going to tell you how I would go about it, because I think you should know now how you would work this out. So think about how you're going to go around trying to tell me whether it's true or false. So good luck, have an amazing day, and I look forward to receiving your wonderful work. Take care, bye now.